You are listening to the It's Your Time podcast, and I'm your host, Certified Life Coach Michelle Bourque. In today's episode, I'm discussing vision boards, the science behind manifesting your dreams. Welcome to the It's Your Time podcast, the podcast where busy professionals like you get the practical solutions and support you need to gain control of your schedule so you can strive to be the best in your career, but without the stress and overwhelm. If you're looking to increase your energy and decrease your stress, you are in the right place. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast, friends. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. Here we are, the last Thursday in January, and I am wondering how your goals are going for the first month of the year, 2025. Listen, I know for me, I sometimes get so caught up in the day-to-day of the grind that I need some reminders, like purposefully left around to keep me going and working on the bigger picture. It just happened the other day, actually. I was taking a screenshot of a calendar invite and sending it to a colleague, and I had my little reminder at the end of the day to celebrate. And that is for me to celebrate finding all of the good things that happen throughout the day. So if you want a little tip, try that. Add it as a little appointment with a reminder, and it makes your brain really go back and look for, okay, what actually went well today? And I know one of the other fun things for me to do, which we just did this weekend with my nieces, is vision boards. And I want to share some of the information with you here today because, listen, I know you're busy. I know you're juggling work deadlines, probably family responsibilities, and everything else that life throws at you, right? But here's the thing. Taking a little time to intentionally map out your dreams can be one of the most powerful ways that you create the life you want. So in this episode, we are going to go even beyond the glue and the magazines to explore the science behind why vision boards actually work. And we talk about how your thoughts create your results, right? I have talked about that for years and years here. The energy and the vibrations that align with your success are also super important. And the emotions that you feel are what lead you to the actions that you take and then the goals that you achieve. So this is really nothing new that I'm talking about here. Maybe this year a little bit more on the emphasis of energy because that is kind of where I'm doing more of my research. But for multiple years, what are we at? 315 episodes here. I have talked about the importance of your thoughts. So that is what we're going to dive into a little bit more from the science and research part of it, though. And I will say, this was not just any old vision board day that we had. I had some additional fun activities for the girls that, of course, I'm sharing with you here as well, because I did want to kind of bring them into the idea of looking at how your thoughts not only, get to that result line, but also how they are so important in creating the energy that you bring to life. And listen, vision boards aren't just tied to a calendar, so you do not have to do them at the start of the year. They are about aligning your thoughts, your actions, and your energy to specific goals so you can start at any time, right? They are more than just collages. I really think that they can be powerful tools rooted in science and energy. And listen, the process of creating a vision board is always fun and inspiring. Can't we all use just a little bit more fun in our life? It allows you to dream big, to think outside the box, and to reconnect with your passions and purpose. So I want to just kind of double click on that. Why even consider doing a vision board? Aside from what I just mentioned about, aligning your goals with all of what you're putting on your vision board. And let me just take a quick moment. Because I also want to mention before we get too far into this, that vision boards can be the collages that we do with paper, glue, scissors, magazines, right? But they can also be like a screensaver on your phone. Or maybe you start to put together a Pinterest board, whatever works for you, wherever you are able to kind of dream big, feel the emotions, and put it all together. That's what I want for you, okay? We want this board to help you clarify your goals, your desires, and create a visual reminder, right? Vision boards can also boost your motivation. They can maybe harness the power of visualization, and we hear how important visualization is with athletes all the time, right? They are a tool that can engage your subconscious mind. They can set positive tone and energy for you, and vision boards can encourage accountability. It can really serve as a tool for self-accountability or even conversation starters, right? Like, how can you share your goals with others? When we do vision board day, at the end of it, everybody has to present their vision board and explain what it is that the intention is behind. Listen, y'all might think it sounds like a lot of fun, and keep listening because I have a great opportunity for you at the end of this episode. Vision boards can also truly turn dreams into reality. It was so funny. Another quick side note. So my niece, who's like 3, put a watch on her vision board. And by the end of the day, her parents had bought her a watch. I mean, see how that works? Your dreams can turn into your reality. You can connect to your emotions with the vision boards. I mean, it's always fun to think about like the beach house that you want or the lake house, right? And it helps to foster creativity and inspiration because once you start feeling that, like the sky is the limit. Okay, now let's talk about the big idea. The idea that your thoughts create your results. And again, I've talked about this for years, but here's how it works. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, the RAS. I've talked about this here as well, right? Think of it as your brain's personal assistant. I've also likened it to maybe a bouncer at the bar. I guess it depends what stage of life you're in as far as how you want to relate to it. But it really is the filter that you notice all of the things that you're focused on. So it's your brain's way of filtering out what it is that you are noticing in the world. You know this one, right? It's this simple example of like when you buy a white car, all of a sudden you see all white cars around you. Guess what? The white cars have always been there. It's just that now you are noticing it. That is your RAS in action. And when you create a vision board, you're training your brain to focus on the goals and desires that you've put on it. It's like giving your RAS a to-do list. And that really helps your brain to spot opportunities, connections, and ideas that align with that vision of yours. But it's not just about what you think. It is about the energy that you're bringing to each day. And everything in the universe operates at certain vibrational frequencies, including your thoughts and your emotions. So when we think about high vibe, right? People are be like, oh, high vibes only. Listen, you know my thoughts on the whole toxic positivity. I do want to be intentional with our thinking, and sometimes it might not be positive, but when we are looking at positive thinking, that is a higher vibrational setting. So emotions like gratitude, joy, excitement, you want more of those to align with what your outcomes are for the goals that you're wishing for those things that you desire. So it's almost like tuning into a radio, right? If you want to hear a specific station, you have to set the dial to the right frequency. And the same goes for achieving your goals. You need to operate at a level that matches what you want to attract. And let me tell you, we did an energy experiment to start the day off because I wanted to really be able to show the girls this in real time and be able to have like an abstract. I'm not sure if that's the word I want to use, but really have them be able to see how your thoughts can influence the energy that you're bringing to the day. So I read this book, E Squared by Pam Grout, and she has these different experiments in there, and it's all around energy. Might sound a little crazy here, but just stay with me, okay? It was mind-blowing. And let's just say it involves some hangers and some straws, and we called them energy wands. Like I said, it sounds crazy, but it totally blew everyone's mind. And what you do is you think a negative thought and you focus on that. And then you will notice that the energy that you're feeling starts to bring the hangers together. Like when we contract in life, it's such a great example. When we have negative thoughts, we often contract, right? And then you have the person holding the hangers think positive thoughts. And guess what happens? The hangers start to separate, similar to your energy expanding. That's just a quick overview, right? Get the book if you want all of the details behind it, but it was amazing because I will tell you, even the most cynical of folks that day actually thought it was pretty cool. And it really was such a great way to start the day, showing that your thoughts and your energy are so important. And you want to take that into anything you're doing when you're looking at your goals. Okay, now let's move on to the science about seeing it to believe it. This is where mirror neurons come in. Now, mirror neurons are brain cells that activate not only when you perform an action, but also when you watch someone else doing it. And they help you to imagine yourself in someone else's shoes. So when you visualize yourself achieving your goals, whether it's, running your own business, maybe hitting a career milestone, maybe even taking a dream vacation, you're activating these neurons. And it's like giving your brain a sneak peek preview to the success. And here's something fun. Again, another little fun activity that we did during Vision Board Day. I've talked about this before. You spot it, you got it, right? Have you ever admired someone and thought, wow, I wish I could do that? The truth is, you wouldn't even notice that quality in someone else if it didn't already exist within you. So vision boards help you identify and focus on these possibilities for yourself. So if you're putting it out there, it is already within you. Now, in order to get the girls' minds wrapped around this, we had an activity of you spot it, you got it. And I've talked about this here in the past, and I've suggested you do it maybe in a little bit different way. But for this episode, I want you to consider and write down 3 to 5 people that you admire. Get them all listed. And now, on the opposite side of those names, I want you to write the top quality that had you add that person. Like, why did you put that person on there? I will tell you, one person that came up during Vision Board Day with the girls happened to be, you guessed it, Taylor Swift. And multiple folks of a variety of ages actually had her listed. And one of the qualities was generosity. So think about the person, think about the quality, and then recognize that you have those same qualities already within yourself. And in order to start believing more of that, to really stepping into all of those qualities, you just have to keep looking for how they show up in your life. And for you to be able to really be intentional with noticing and owning, that is already you. Just like you do with the vision board, right? You find all of the areas where you are making these dreams come true. It's all so many different layers to your evolution, and it can be so much fun. Okay, now, here is the secret sauce of manifesting. Feelings. I know, feelings. Who has time to sit around and feel the feelings, right? But the truth is, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and vivid imagination. And when you fully immerse yourself in the feeling of achieving the goal, so maybe it's pride or excitement or joy, you are creating new neural pathways that make it easier to believe that your vision is in fact possible. So think about it as like a mental dress rehearsal. And we've talked about this at the start of the podcast, right? Athletes do this all the time. They visualize themselves winning the race or nailing the shot, and it primes their mind and body for success. That's why it's so important to not just look at your vision board, but to feel it. And when you see that dream home or the promotion on your board, imagine yourself there. Feel the pride of walking into that office. Smell the ocean breeze at the vacation spot. Hear the birds chirping. And the more you can connect to those emotions, the more you're able to align with your goals. And people will often talk about like a gratitude journal. And I was guilty of this for years and years and years. I would write down the things I was grateful for as if it was a check the box activity. I did not take the time to actually feel the gratitude. And when you're able to do that, to feel the gratitude, to feel the joy, to feel the pride, that is what helps to continue to motivate you. Here's the thing that we get wrong, friends. We think that we need to see it to believe it. Not true. You need to believe it to achieve it. And I also want to remind you that it is not better there. We think we'll feel better when, insert the goal. You get that promotion, you get the ocean house, you have the relationship. But have you noticed? You get to the goal and then you move the goalpost, right? Like on to the next. You need to take the time to feel. That is a key ingredient that we are missing out on. And when you don't allow yourself the time to feel the joy, to feel the pride, and to feel the excitement, you're missing the next level of learning. So be intentional with that energy. It can be so much fun, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time. Just commit to yourself. Even, listen, Even 1 to 2 minutes a day of feeling pride versus feeling stressed and overwhelmed, I assure you, you will continue to build on that. And that's where you start to see so many changes. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Vision boards aren't just creative projects, they are tools that can be rooted in science and energy. And your thoughts and focus shape the reality through your brain's reticular activating system. Your energy and emotions set the vibrational tone for what you attract. And by visualizing and feeling your success, you prime your brain and body to take action towards those dreams. I also just want to put a little plug in here. If you are interested in learning more about the science of this, about the brain and the body, Joe Dispenza is an amazing person to follow. I love his books, and he really gets into the science and the research of this. And again, I want to encourage you to set aside some time this week to dream big. I mean, what the heck? What do you have to lose, right? Dream big. What do you truly want for your career, for your relationships, for your health, for your personal growth? Think about it. Feel it. And I want to invite you. I told you there was something to listen to at the end. I am going to do a group call. I'm going to hold it in February, and it's going to be an hour for you to turn those dreams into actionable results. So I am inviting you to Vision Boards That Work, and it's going to be a powerful workshop where you'll learn science-backed strategies to align with your vision, your energy, and mindset for success. Now, the way you find out about the information is to get on the email list. So head to michelleburkecoaching.com/my time. Not only will you get the information for Vision Board Workshop, you will also get a free downloadable PDF for you to master work-life integration without feeling guilty. So make sure you head over there, michelleburkecoaching.com/my time. And then once I have the final details set with the date and time, you will get it through the email. Okay, friends, remember, you have the power to create the life you want, one vision at a time. And listen, a vision board is a personal commitment to your dreams. Stay committed, just like you would any other super important business appointment. Okay, that's what I have for you today. Let's meet back next week. But for now, make it a great day. Take care. Did you know you can take this work to a deeper level with me one-on-one? Go to michelleburkecoaching.com and click on Get Started to begin.